What is going on, my crypto fam? RJ here, and in today's video we are just going to go ahead and do an update since my last video on Chronos Nodes and what they got going on, as well as looking over the new white paper for CrowSwap. Now, before we get started, if you guys haven't already, please consider smashing that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you guys are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you guys are notified every single time I upload new content. We do have some exciting stuff to go over today, so without further ado, let's dive right on in to the flight deck. Welcome to the flight deck, everyone. Let's go ahead and go over today's video, which is going to be all about everything Chronos Nodes, CrowSwap, everything that's going on in this ecosystem. So as you guys can tell, I'm already rocking my Chronos Nodes swag, which looks actually really fresh in my whole environment here, which is kind of cool. But let's go over the screen here. So if you guys already don't know, I made a previous video covering Chronos Nodes as well as their white paper. So I went through their node breakdown, their tokenomics, their sustainability. But if you guys do not know just how big of a project this is and why it is I am so bullish on it, is because if you take a look at Chronos Nodes, they are a second mover on the Cronos chain. The first mover was Chronodes. And so when Chronos Nodes was announced, you're like, okay, well, that's kind of cool. But then you started digging a little deeper. You got engaged with the audience. You got engaged with the community. And you just cannot help but be so bullish on this. So first and foremost, again, if you guys missed the last video, I'm going to go ahead and link it on the top right here. But Chronos Nodes as a whole they're not a NAS, they're a DAS, so DeFi as a service. And so if you scroll down here, this is their new updated and revamped website from their older one. And so you can go down here, and again, coming soon, they're going to have their NFT utilities, which will lower the claim tax. If you take a look at Chronos Nodes' webpage right now, this alone is what 95% of the projects that released today. This is enough for them to release. So you'll be like, okay, cool. They're a node project that focuses on DeFi as a service, and they'll have a couple NFTs that reduce claim tax. Awesome. Then what other projects would do is they would just launch, and that is all. They got everything going on for them, but not Chronos Nodes. Chronos Nodes also is now working on their new CrowSwap. So they are working on their own DEX on the Cronos chain. Now let's take it back a little bit. If you guys don't know what the Cronos chain is, it is Crypto.com's native blockchain, and it is EVM compatible. So right now, there's not really a lot of good DEXs to use. So to give you guys an example, if we go to Binance, PancakeSwap is the most used DEX. If we go to Avalanche, JoeSwap is the most used DEX. If we go to Phantom, it's either SpookySwap or SpiritSwap. If we go to Ethereum, it's Uniswap, so on and so on. So on the Cronos chain, there's not many that is to that caliber. For the longest time, I was using Chronoswap, and it was super janky. It was super clunky. And so Chronos Nodes aims to address that by building their own DEX as well. So if you take a look at crowswap.com, you see that it is coming soon. So they are working on it. But the more important thing is the CrowSwap white paper. So if we take a look at Chronos Nodes, they have their own white paper that has the node breakdown, the sustainability, the tokenomics. But then they also have their own white paper for CrowSwap. Can you guys imagine just how big this project is? So now just imagine how much money and how much investors is backing this project, because like I said, 95% of the projects that release a node and then NFTs is good enough. They'll release that, but they are also releasing and working on their own DEX, which is called CrowSwap. So a quick overview: CrowSwap is an exclusive automated market maker based decentralized exchange designed to work seamlessly on the fast-growing Cronos network. CrowSwap will be integrated with Chronos Nodes as well as all the Node Navy EVM compatible expansions. CrowSwap transaction fees will inject additional capital into the Sustainable Growth Fund on Chronos Nodes leveraged by all Node Navy projects. CrossSwap will also provide a bridge solution to allow for greater ease of access to multiple different blockchains. So I'm going to cruise through this really quick because this is a little meaty. So the first half here is pretty much how to create a wallet, adding CrossSwap to your MetaMask, and then connecting it. So we're not going to go over that. That's beyond the scope of this video. But they also go through their brandings and logos here. So they have their actual color keys here. And then, of course, proper use of their logos. Now, if we take a look here, what products does the CrossSwap DEX offer? And it is a full-blown DEX. So they'll have, of course, the exchange that allows you to swap. They'll have harbors, bridges, oracles, farms, staking pools, and of course, Chronos nodes. This is a insanely stacked DEX coming right off the bat. So again, exchanges obviously allow you to exchange token pairs on the DEX. And then every time you swap, here's how the fees get divvied up. If you guys are interested in that, liquidity pools, how to trade, how to add and remove liquidity pools. So that's when you pair something and then you provide it as liquidity. I've already done that. You can do that in any real DEX. Like if you take a look at BeFi Finance, they're an auto compounding aggregator where you just supply 2 token pairs and they pay you an insane APY. Cross-chain bridges has been going on for a while now. This should be standard on all DEXs, okay? Because if you take a look at Spear Swap, if you take a look at Spooky Swap, if you take a look at, there's so many DEXs now that allow you to cross-chain bridge, which is supposed to be like that already. So CrossSwap is gonna have cross-chain bridges, which is gonna be really cool. Harbors is a yield optimizer. So a yield optimizer is an automated service that strives to maximize possible returns on crypto investments, much more efficiently than attempting to maximize yield through manual means. Each harbor has its own unique strategy for farming, which normally involves the reinvestment of crypto assets staked in liquidity pools. At the simplest level, it farms the rewards given from staked assets and reinvests them back into the liquidity pool. This process increases the compound yield as it is now calculated on both the amount staked as well as the interest that's been received. So Harbor is pretty much, like I was talking earlier, is from what my understanding is like your BeFi Finance. So we can provide liquidity in farms and stake tokens manually, or we can just go into the harbors and it automatically does that. So what we'll do is we'll provide whatever we want in the farm. It'll take it, and let's say they have a rebase period of 15 minutes, or every 30 minutes, they'll take the money and then reinvest it back. That's what BeFi Finance does. And that's what this yield optimizer sounds like. That's what this harbor sounds like. Now, more interestingly, there's also a harbor token. So now we not only have Chronos nodes, we also have CrossSwap, and now we also have Harbors token. Guys, and let's move forward. This thing is crazy. So Oracle services, if you guys don't know what Oracle services is, take a look at Chainlink. They're an Oracle service provider that bridges blockchain technology to outside world data. So because Chronos Nodes saw a opportunity and a lack of Oracle services on the Cronos chain, guess what they did? They're now building their own Oracle services. So CrossSwap will provide oracles for the Cronos blockchain. What is a blockchain oracle? A blockchain oracle is a third-party service that connects smart contracts with the real world, okay? And of course, they tell you why oracles are useful, so you can go ahead and read this yourself. But they're building their own Chronos nodes, they're building their own NFTs, they're building their own DEX to be like the main DEX on the Cronos chain. And now they're also building their own Oracle services. I couldn't even do 4 there. I'm gonna do it this way. They're building their own Oracle services all in-house. What a crazy, crazy project. And that people are like, why are you so bullish on it? And then of course we have yield farms. We also have staking pools. And then they teach you how to use yield farms and how to use staking pools. Those are already, again, outside the depth of this conversation. But this DEX is absolutely stacked. So let's go ahead and head to Twitter really quick. And this is their CrowSwap Twitter account. So if you guys haven't already, just hit them with a follow. They have 784 followers, but not a lot of people know about the DEX yet. So let's scroll down here. So this is everything we covered. So CrowSwap Official is a new project backed by Chronos Node that will arrive on the Cronos chain. This is on Cronos News. This isn't from Chronos Nodes themselves. So what is CrowSwap? What features does this protocol offer on the Crow fam? And of course, it's everything we just talked about, right? They have, of course, their exchange, their cross-chain bridging, harbors, Oracle services, farm, and staking pools. Stacked deck. This alone could be a project. So CrowSwap, they have their CrowSwap token and their harbors token. This alone is enough to launch a project, but it doesn't stop there. They have obviously Chronos Nodes running as well. Chronos Nodes project, our Diamond Standard contract upgrade is nearly complete. We are currently consulting with an expert of the Diamond Standard while performing internal code reviews before submitting the contract for its full audit. So they're also getting audits done before launch, which is amazing. As you guys know, a lot of people tend to do a pre-sale or a pre-launch to help fund these audits, the KYCs, the security audits, because they cost money, but they're doing this beforehand. So you guys, like I said, going back to what I was telling earlier, there's a lot of money going into this project. That's, this project is being backed by a lot of money. So bullish AF. And then a sneak peek on the Chronos Nodes. Looks like the pre-sale purchase. So they got a little slider here. Let's go ahead and do a full screen. Let's pause this so you can see the Crow value, the USD value, and then the amount of nodes, and a sliding scale here that allows you to slide how many you want during pre-sale. So you don't have to keep clicking one at a time. It's just going to purchase all the nodes all at the same time. And it's amazing, right? So let's say you want 6 nodes. You just hit purchase and it tells you the amount you need. Very, very neat. That's one of the things I really like, because in current node projects, let's say Strong, I have to purchase one node at a time, meaning I have to pay those gas fees every single time. Now, if I have the ability to create 3 or 4 at a time, I should be able to create those nodes and only trigger one gas fee. So I know this is a feature they're working on, and this is something I'm super excited for. And then last but not least, Chronos Nodes did tweet seeing more and more merch being delivered to the Node Navy every day. Love to see it. If you've gotten something from our merch store, don't forget to tag us so we can see what you got. And a lot of people are starting to tag the Chronos Nodes merch. I'm repping it in this video, as you guys can see. So if you guys actually are interested in getting some swag, this is the best way to hook me in on anything, is just merch. I'm such a sucker for merch. But if you guys head over to shop.chronosnodes.com, where you guys can check out all of their swag that they got offering. I think I should buy my girlfriend one of these crop tops. I should have gotten it already, but I know I'm slacking. But the best thing is the team of Chronos Nodes hooked it up with a code that'll allow you guys to get 10% off the entire store, which is amazing because you can use that additional 10% to stack it on the side and purchase more when Chronos Nodes launches. But if you guys use the code RJ10, you guys will get 10% off your purchase. So if we take a look at this is the hoodie I got, the Chronos Nodes stencil hoodie. Again, you guys can see from the camera, this thing looks really fresh. It looks super clean. The black is very dark and it's very rich and it's very comfy. So I hope you guys did enjoy that video. I know it's a lot of meat because Chronos Nodes project is meaty in itself. Again, let's run it down. They got the Chronos Node DeFi as a service project. They're releasing their NFTs. They're releasing their own DEX to really be the main DEX on the Cronos chain. And in that DEX itself, they have the exchange, they have harbors, they have farms, they have staking, and they have cross-chain. Look, how many things are they launching come their launch? This is insane to think about. So again, those are my reasons why I'm very bullish on this project. Now, of course, let me give you guys that dreaded disclaimer that even though, yes, I'm insanely bullish on it, I'm only going to invest what I'm okay to lose. So with that being said, please obviously do your own due diligence. do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This video and this entire channel is meant for education and entertainment purposes only. This is crypto, and even crazier, this is DeFi, so you have the ability to get wrecked. Do your own research, do your own due diligence, and only invest what you're okay to lose, because anything can happen, right? But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, do me a favor and smashy that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you guys are notified every single time I upload new content. Again, if you guys are wanting some of this merch, just head over to their website and use code RJ10 to get 10% off your purchase, and make sure to tag them on the swag, because as you can see, they go ahead and highlight and showcase that tag on Twitter. And again, it looks super clean here. And then if you guys have any other questions, just please post them in the comment section below. Life is too freaking short, so eat some delicious food, drink some delicious drinks, do some good in the world, spread some positive vibes, and I'm gonna see you guys on the next crypto video next time.